trumba ana ba sir bita trumba de ana ba fikir fi trumba de sai ya fiya dollar fiye warau wala fiye juniya ba fi kutu ana bina kira kuma kana kuma markaziya wala kuma walai ya kiya trumba bita bal Sudan da kan wadu bai ya da insha Allah jabal ambiya ni kuma jabal ya turi da me wa ini la gabar katir trumba da ya fiya jama'a trumba da fiya kutura watan bita junub da bas ko nyam ile yom batal mut la bukori ha rabbuna amul mamul turu wiyan ku fi mudi hada ya muwatinin bita madina juba ya ka turba da lo asabtu amul tuze kanu biyu bita kurma daban dama ajiyar ku tura ya jama'a ya na bita ganun ita da kuy fogu ya ake da laminiya kalam da ma ku ya jama'a.
Sounds of the week on iRadio. Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Good afternoon. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. The governor of Upper Nile State says calm has returned to Lungujuk County after clashes between government forces and SPLIO forces loyal to the former commissioner of the county. The Vice President, Tabandengai, has said in his recent visit to Bahr al-Ghazal and Unity States, he delivered President Kiir's message of peace and explained the circumstances surrounding Dr. Riek Machar's house arrest. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has reassured the newly elected Pope Leo XIV of the Unity government's commitment to the peace process in South Sudan. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Baria Johnson, and now the news in detail. The governor of Upper Nile State says calm has returned to Lungujuk County after clashes between government forces and SPLIO forces loyal to the former commissioner of the county. In an exclusive interview with iRadio this morning, Governor James Kongchol said violence erupted in Udir Payam of Lungujuk County between SSPDF forces and the SPLIO led by the former commissioner of the county. Governor Chol said the opposition forces attacked the area about 40 kilometers away from the county administrative headquarters in Lungujuk twice on Sunday and Monday. He did not disclose details about casualties of the causes of the confrontation, but said relative calm has returned to the area after the opposition forces were defeated. Governor Chol spoke to iRadio in the following interview.
When somebody can know Udir is about 40 kilometers in the Longshuk headquarters. It's one of the Payama. The one in the Payama and counted. You can talk with Mashakal and can at the former commissioner, we get a phone. Masha Morina, I will get Butana Machi now, Oman Machi. Jero, Utana Jahajamu Bada. The situation at the Sabada. I can't take situation was good. Mapu Kalam, I got a missa. Umana was shot with the bar of you would hear. Unama couldn't quit you when I not therapy. Walang malati shumala walaya yidul walaya bordo ma fi hada bata gada gari bitaw bordo ma fi hada ila kalam mutakallam le wudiyar da au film au nene mada da nasa altuba toy.
For the past 3 months, some counties in Upper Nile State have witnessed several deadly clashes between the government forces and SPLIO. Nasir Ulang and Maywood counties have seen massive displacement of civilians as a result of fighting between National Army and the opposition SPLIO. The Vice President, Tabandengai, has said in his recent visit to Bahr al-Ghazal and Unity State, he delivered President Kiir's message of peace and explained the circumstances surrounding Dr. Riek Machar's house arrest. Tabandengai, who is in charge of the infrastructure cluster, cites President Salva Kiir's commitment not to take the country back to war. He said he also explained that the house arrest of Dr. Riek will not cause any problem, but rather cement peace in the country. According to Taban, the communities of Bahr al-Ghazal and Unity States welcomed Kiir's message of peace. Taban was speaking on SSBC after reporting back to the head of state in Juba yesterday.
The messages were delivered to the people along the route from Lake to Western Bargazal to Warab to Unity State. The messages were the message of the president that he will never take this country back to war, and that he need peace, and that he need people to be productive. And I explained to them the issue of house arrest of Dr. Yagmashar, that it doesn't mean any problem on the implementation of peace. Instead, it is cementing peace, because it is a message to the populace, to the people of South Sudan, to responsible people, whether high-ranking government official, that people must abide by the law. Don't go into conflict with the law. The message of the president is very much appreciated. People need peace. People were happy to learn that the president is not willing and is not ready to take this country back to war.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has reassured the newly elected Pope Leo XIV of the unity government's commitment to the peace process in South Sudan. Mandesi Mayakumba, who represented President Salva Kiir during the inauguration of Pope Leo XIV in Rome mid this month, said he shared with the pontiff the current political and security situation in the country. The inauguration of the pontiff was attended by around 200,000 people, including world leaders and representatives from various religions. Minister Simaya has also appealed to the Pope to continue praying for peace in the Republic of South Sudan. He spoke upon arrival at Juba International Airport yesterday.
This historic event was well organized. The event was colorful, and it was attended by a very good number of global leaders. And I was accompanied in this important and historic event by our ambassador to Rome. During the event, I was honored to have met with His Holiness Pope Leo, whereby I conveyed greetings, best wishes, and sincere words of congratulations from His Excellency President Salva to him. And again, I also had an opportunity to share with him briefly the current political and security situation in the country. And I also reassured him of our commitment to the peace process, and I appeal to him on behalf of His Excellency the President to continue praying for peace in the Republic of South Sudan.
Last week, the Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Juba, Cardinal Stephen Ameo, said he urged Pope Leo XIV to continue the legacy of the late Pope Francis by advocating for peace in South Sudan. According to Cardinal Ameo, the Pope said he understood the situation in South Sudan and encouraged the people to pray for lasting peace. You are listening to iRadio Afternoon News. The Ministry of Health of South Sudan, in partnership with UNICEF, WHO and Gavi, have started the rollout of 2 vital vaccines in Juba today, aimed at protecting children from serious illnesses. The pneumonia vaccine, or PCV, and the rotavirus vaccine were introduced today at Al-Sabah Children's Hospital in Juba. The vaccination campaign aims to accelerate the fight against pneumonia and diarrheal diseases in children aged 3 to 24 months across South Sudan. These vaccines are seen as key to reducing child mortality by preventing pneumonia and diarrheal diseases, which remain leading causes of illness and death among young children in the country. Officials from the Ministry of Health, UNICEF, WHO, Gavi, and other partners attended the launch to highlight the importance of immunization and outline the country's strategy moving forward. And finally, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization FAO, in collaboration with the Western Bahr el Ghazal State Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, is distributing seeds to 30,000 households in Wau and Ju River counties. The distribution began on Monday in Birinji Payam, Wau County. At the launch of the event, FAO Head of Field Office Tafigul Islam said the distribution started on Monday with 1,000 households receiving seeds.
County, today we start only for 1,000 households, and today maybe receive 100 beneficiaries. We are giving some seeds, crop seeds like sorghum, maize, cowpeas, some vegetable seeds, and the turia or whole. So I hope every year we are giving these things, and this is for you, and it will great help for you to increase your production. Another one thing, already season, that means rain started, so it is high time to preparation of land And these seeds, I hope you will take it to your home and immediately you will finish your preparation and then plant so that you can get good production through this seed.
The seeds and agricultural tools being distributed include sorghum, maize, onions, tomatoes, and hoes. Islam urged farmers to make immediate use of the seeds. Meanwhile, Western Bahar Ghazal State Minister of Agriculture, Valentino Akech, echoed the call for farmers to use the seeds wisely. He also warned farmers against unnecessary deforestation, which contributes to climate change.
هنا أي زمن بذور بكون ما في، الأجيال الزراعية بكون ما في، أجيال الزمن يكون ما في، أنينا نعمل شنو؟ البذور اللي جاب لكم ده أجر أزرع كل سنة ده وسنة الجاي الإنتاج بتاعك أرجعه في التراب، عشان ما ممكن كل ما سنة بنوزع بذور، البذور خليه لنفوسكم، لكن في السنة الجاي الإنتاج بتاع ده أبدأ فوق، عشان ما تتمدوا للمنظمات وما تتمدوا لأقوم البذور أي زمن المنظار كله بمشي والمنظار فات معناه بكون ما في حاجة عشان كده لازم تعملوا لنفوسكم انتوا شايفينه بقى في climate change في البلد بتاعنا والclimate change ده نتيجة لقضاء اكتشاف العشوائية لازم نحافظ للكعبة بتاعنا نقطع اكتشاف بنظام.
This is iRadio Afternoon News, and now to the regional and international news with my colleagues Helen Samuel.
Thank you. And in some of the stories trending in the international arena, former Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila is back in the country for the first time in 2 years, having arrived in the rebel-held eastern city of Goma. Spokespeople for the rebels as well as a youth leader from his party have said Kabila's arrival comes after senators stripped him of his immunity over alleged support for the Rwanda-backed M23 rebel group, which has been fighting the Congolese army. Kabila, who has previously denied links with the rebel group, recently decried the justice system, alleging it was exploited for political ends. Elsewhere, French President Emmanuel Macron played down an incident in which his wife Brigitte pushed him in the face as the couple arrived in Vietnam to begin a tour of Southeast Asia. In a video, Brigitte Macron appeared to shove her husband before he descended from the presidential plane late on Sunday, causing him to step back before he recovered and waved to the cameras on the tarmac below. Macron told the reporter, "I was bickering or rather joking with my wife. It's nothing." Finally, a controversial new aid distribution group backed by the US and Israel has begun working in Gaza. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, GHF, said lorry loads of food had been delivered to secure sites and that it had begun distribution to people. It did not say where and how much aid had been handed out. The group, which uses armed American security contractors, aims to bypass the UN as the main supplier of aid to the 2.1 million Palestinians in Gaza, where experts are warning of a looming famine after an Israeli blockade that lasted 11 weeks. Those are some of the stories trending across the globe. Back to you, Baria Johnson.
Thank you, Helen Samuel. And now to the sports news with my colleague Emmanuel Joseph Akile.
The Mogadishu Stadium is set to host a highly anticipated football match today, featuring a face-off between teams representing Somali national players and foreign-based players. The team donning the Somali kit will include a selection of local athletes and national sports legends, while the opposing side will feature foreign players currently active in Somalia and distinguished international guests. Among the notable participants are African football icons JJ Okocha, Samuel Eto'o, and Emmanuel Adebayor. 4 people were very ill in a hospital after a car plowed into a crowd of Liverpool fans during a Premier League title parade, the city's mayor said on Tuesday, adding that he hoped they would pull through. British police believe the incident in a packed Liverpool city centre on Monday was isolated and not an act of terrorism, but have not said why or how a man was able to drive at crowds celebrating in the streets on Monday evening. Videos posted online showed a grey people carrier driving through a crowded street that was close to cars, sending several flying into the air and dragging at least 4 people under its wheels. Portugal icon Cristiano Ronaldo indicated on Monday that he could leave Al Nassr after declaring that a chapter is over hours after the Saudi Pro League finished. Ronaldo, 40, joined Al Nassr in 2022 from Manchester United, and his contract in Saudi Arabia ends this summer. A special transfer window runs from June 1st to 10th to allow the 32 clubs involved in the Club World Cup to sign players. Ronaldo ended as the league's top goal scorer with 24. And finally, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander produced a stunning performance as the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Minnesota Timberwolves to move within one win of the NBA Finals. Oklahoma led 65 to 57 points at the break and 90 to 85 points at the end of the third quarter, but had to survive a late Minnesota fight back to take a 3-1 lead in the 7-game series. That's all from the world of sports, and back to you, Baria Johnson.
This is iRadio News, and to end this bulletin, here are the headlines once again. The governor of Upper Nile State says calm has returned to Lunguchu County after clashes between government forces and SPLIO forces loyal to the former commissioner of the county. Vice President Taban Dengai has said in his recent visit to Bahr al-Ghazal and Unity States, he delivered President Kiir's message of peace and explained the circumstances surrounding Dr. Riek Machar's house arrest. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has reassured the newly elected Pope Leo XIV of the unity government's commitment to the peace process in South Sudan. That's the end of iRadio Afternoon News. If there is a story or an event you would like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message on +211 925 287870. It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page, iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 1:30. I am Baria Johnson. Thanks for listening.
Sounds of the Week on iRadio.
الكبر الجديد ده بتاع الشهداء بتاع الجهاد الكبر السماء ده في واحد ما عنده ضمير شفت عمل